There are so many of these small streets here in Bergen, and I'd like to show you some of these, but this is actually the first time I ever walk in this one. Let us give the Olympus a real challenge here. Now I'm going out into the light, and let's see if we can get this backlit situation. Is this even possible? There. How does the auto exposure handle this? Okay. All right, so welcome to the audio issues support group. So I don't know if anyone noticed, but in that last video I really sounded like a complete chipmunk. It was iMovie that squished the audio. I had to slow down the audio, or not just the audio, but the whole video to 90% to even make it like kind of watchable. I've been thinking about transitioning over to Davinci Resolve for a while, and I started practicing in that, and this video will probably be edited in Davinci Resolve. I've made another video for my woodworking channel there. You can check it out, I'll leave a link somewhere. I'm having some devastating issues with that. I recorded my voiceover in GarageBand on my Mac laptop, then I exported it over to my PC into Davinci Resolve. After doing all the editing and adapting the voiceover, I had this horrible crackling sound in the start of almost every clip. So it's really a devastating issue that. On one side we have this idyllic little street here, and then it's down to the harbor, these huge cruise ships. But the harbor is being moved soon, and all this will become like another part of Bergen, that what they call Dokken, in 2050. So basically iMovie makes me sound like a chipmunk, not all the time, but sometimes. And I get crackling issues from the audio in Davinci, which is kind of sad, because after doing, you know, the color correction in Davinci, which is amazing, and that multicam function, you know, where I can basically import, because I use up to 3 to 4 cameras, my cell phone, this camera, the Canon, and that little camcorder. And what I can do with Davinci then is that I can use this multicam setting and just change in between all of the different angles. And I just can't go back to editing in iMovie after that. So I'm thinking I want to hold my options open for Final Cut Pro as well. My Mac laptop is so old that it won't allow me to install it without jumping through some hoops though, to get an older version. So for iMovie and the iMovie chipmunk issues, what I figured out was my Olympus camera, when it's filming in 24p, what Davinci Resolve says is that it's actually doing some kind of 23.967 or something. And my little camcorder here, it's doing 25p or 25 FPS when I'm filming in the MP4 mode, which is something that, you know, when we went through this last time, it's not just the resolution that changes, because I mean it doesn't even say that, but it changes basically from 1080 to 720, which we're also needing to do a little bit of test with. But I'm starting to think, right, that 720 it's too low now, but I'm not really sure if we can tell any difference. And especially, you know, I'm up-resing it through Davinci or through iMovie or whatever. And for Davinci and the crackling issues, I have no idea what that is all about. It's an imported file, like I said, and I read in some forums that people were talking about it's a sampling issue, but I really don't know. And the way I've edited in Davinci now is kind of, I'm not backwards, but since it's the first time I'm doing some real editing in Davinci, it's a little bit, you know, strange with all the timelines and stuff. Oh man, it's dark here. Are you even trying to expose this in a different way? Well, let's go over there then. Hello. Okay. And expose to the right. Expose to the right. There. Hello. But I'm really interested to hear, like, do you guys have any experience using Final Cut Pro, and how do you like that? So yeah, I think it's a little bit sad, you know, Davinci Resolve is such a vastly, more powerful program than iMovie, and I will for sure make the change, but it has such a devastating flaw that it kind of just ruins the audio, and that's just such an important part of the video, or crucial part of the video. What's your experience with that program, with Davinci? What kind of program do you use? I guess like most people are on Premiere or Final Cut or Davinci. That's the big ones, right? And I'm kind of wondering if Kasey from Camera Conspiracies were right about some of the Olympus cameras and the auto exposure, because I'm filming in aperture priority here. ISO is on auto, but I don't really see it doing that much. Maybe I need to play around more with the settings, and so yeah.